Hey y'all, what's up? This is Ruby D of Ruby D Artistry, and I'm the goddess entrepreneur and the soul speaker. And I don't know, this filter just gave me makeup. I don't have on any makeup. I definitely don't have on lipstick like this. That's not even on right. But I just like the crown and the little sparkle in my eye. But anyway, I wanted to go live real quick to talk about, of course, you all know I enjoy talking about mental health, mental wellness, and mental illness. And I put up a question today on Facebook, and the question was pretty much, why is seeking assistance for mental health or mental issues seen as a weakness? And some of the answers that I got was, one, that there's a lack of understanding. Two, because our grandparents didn't seek assistance or any type of help for mental issues, then of course that's not something that we commonly do. It was seen as a weakness, so they just didn't seek help for it. Another response that I got that actually came from Instagram was that pretty much whatever happened in the house stayed in the house. So if you were dealing with any mental issues, then of course you didn't talk about it outside of the home. And of course, anytime I ask a question like that, there is no right or wrong answer, because I understand that everybody is going to respond from their level of experience and their level of understanding. So with the answers that I was given, then yes, I can see why that is possible, from what we were given, because mental health, of course, is rarely ever talked about among us, melanated people. And if it is talked about, it's just talked about within the home. And if it's just talked about in the home, then the only time that we really see anything happen outside of the home is if, let's say if children were involved. If there's something wrong with your child, then of course they're going to act out in school. And then once they act out in school, they go to the principal's office. And if the principal or the counselor or whoever feels like something is wrong, then of course, they reach out to other parties to try and figure out what's going on within the home. And that's where, they may call in a therapist or somebody to, diagnose the child because they're doing something in school. And, other than that, nobody would ever really find out about it. But in my opinion, it's, mental wellness, mental health, and mental illness is something that we need to talk about more often. And that's simply because when we think about mental illness, of course, we think about depression, anxiety, stress, or anything like PTSD, I think it is. I forget sometimes. But just things like that. You just call them crazy and just be like, whatever. People are bipolar. It's just so much. Peace, Micah. How you doing? Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Kamira. Who else is watching? Jaquan, what's up? But there are so many ways that, Mama, I'm going in the store. I'm waiting. But it's so many, and you're supposed to be working anyway. But with mental illness, it's just so many ways that it can be looked at. People think just because they haven't been diagnosed with depression, they haven't been diagnosed with anxiety or stress or anything like that, that they're not mentally ill. But if you look up, what a mental illness is, suppose when they call mental ill was the greatest of the past. But if you look it up, of course, it's not. When you think of health, when you think of, yes, mommy, I'm going in the store. I'm here. See, I'm here. Look, don't be calling me out on my Facebook live post. I love you, mommy. But when you think about health and when you think about mental health, regular health versus your mental health, an illness can be a runny nose, or it could be you know, it could be something as small as a cold, but then as large as a terminal illness. So there's such a wide variety of things that will fall in the category of illness when you think about health. Why would that be any different when you think about mental health? It can be as something as small as road rage, or something as small as simply wanting to get revenge or jealousy, and it can go all the way to depression, where it has, it's just so much that can fall within the scope of mental illness. And it's just like, it's just not specific to one thing. And simply because you're not dealing with depression doesn't mean that you're not dealing with a mental illness to some degree. And I don't know why we have to look at each other, funny, or talk about each other simply because somebody brings up the term therapist or mental illness or depression. We shy away from people that deal with those type of issues instead of trying to open up to them or see what's going on. And I'm not saying be out here and everybody that you pass, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? You all right? You mentally? No. You have family members that not all the way there, not quite right. And sometimes somebody just opening up and trying to talk to you can be their way of reaching out to you, instead of you saying, I get tired of talking to them all the time. Sometimes that may just be that one time they need you to just open up and say, you know what, something going on with you and you're not being honest with me. Let's talk about this. So, outside of the deformation or damage, I'm sorry, I'm just catching up on comments, Micah. Food intake or anything we take in could alter the health of our mind. Exactly. 99% of people have a form of PTSD. And that's what I'm saying. So I don't know why people out here acting like it's not normal. Like, why are you scared to talk about mental health and mental wellness, period? Now, trust me, if somebody was talking about your kids and talking about you, then yeah, you want to talk about it because you feel the need to defend yourself. Instead of trying to defend yourself, won't you be open to hearing what other people have to say? Don't be scared to talk about it. I can name 5 people on my hand right now that's suffering from some type of mental illness to some degree. Black children experience Columbine every day. But if you don't want to talk about it for yourself, then talk about it for your children. Don't make them feel that they're inferior or that they should hide it and not be open about it. That's why a lot of us are in the condition that we in now. You don't know how to manage your feelings. You getting all in your feelings over little stuff. Like, people get into their feelings about some of the most simple things. But then when it comes to the important stuff, y'all don't care. I don't get that. I just don't get it. They got therapy, but black children don't get therapy. Yeah, I've never said that there's not therapy available, but what I'm saying is when people seek to get some type of therapy or some type of assistance, it's looked at as a weakness, or somebody got to talk about you, or somebody have to, just make you feel some type of way because you want to make sure that you're mentally healthy. A form of release is a need for us all. I agree. It is. I don't care if it's artistic. I don't know if it's you singing, you playing sports. Some of y'all need to get out here and do something other than go to work and go home. That's all I'm saying. Some of y'all let these jobs that y'all don't even like and don't even realize that you're suffering from a type of mental illness because you just continuously to be there doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. So what do they call that? Insanity? Do you think that's a form of mental illness? Really? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not saying that's you, but I'm just asking. But I'm, just gonna get on here every day and talk about mental illness. Either you know what I'm talking about, you want to engage, you want to comment, or you either completely ignore me. It's fine. I'm not here to appease everybody. Everybody's not going to agree with me. And like I said, everybody understands from their level of understanding and from their level of experience, which is completely fine. But somebody got to be out here talking about it. And I can guarantee you, I've never seen any man on my live feed talk about it from a male perspective. So men, like, what's really going on? Why y'all don't talk about it? Don't be acting like y'all sitting over there cool and everything all right and fine and everything. Y'all deal with stuff too. So why are none of y'all actually speaking out and speaking up about it? Why? Okay, Micah, I need you to, you know, if you have a live video or something that you shared that I actually see, I'm not going to say, I don't always see your post because, I don't know, I have to see if I follow you or not. Sometimes I accept friend requests and unfollow people, sorry. But, you know, I do that sometimes. But if you're a guy and you talk about mental illness or mental wellness, then tag me in the post and I'll be happy to share it from a male perspective. Because I mean, women can't always talk about this. We need input from men. But, you know, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and go here in this store for my mommy before she get back on my post calling me out, because I'm supposed to be in the store running errands for her. Y'all know she done slick told me I gotta do her hair. So I gotta go up in here and get this stuff so I can do her hair. I work physically for, okay, I will send a pic. All right, cool. But, you know, that was just my question that I posted today about mental wellness. Why do we feel like seeking assistance for mental illnesses or mental health, or just seeking assistance, period, in that area is seen as a weakness? I appreciate those that actually responded to the question. And thank you. That's really all I wanted to say. If you have any input, questions, or whatever, just put them on there or drop them below in the comments and I'll be sure to respond or like or something. So let me go in here. You know, I got to keep my crown on. But let me go in here so I can, you know, go ahead and get my mama hair did. Well, so I can do her hair. So it was nice talking to you all. This is Ruby D of Ruby D Artistry, and I will see you all next time. Peace.